Hello and welcome back. This is IC2 for Root Gaming's YouTube page here. We have another game between CauthonLuck and White Raw here on Lost Temple. These were practice games. They played quite a lot in a row, but they were recommended to us as very good games and kind of quality to be posting on our YouTube page. We did ask White Raw before we published these. Do keep in mind it's a practice game, so the players are not playing over any prize. They are just trying things out, being competitive, trying to become better players. So nonetheless, it is a very good game, I am told. The first game that I casted, CauthonLuck did some really nice Marauder and Marine play, while Right Raw is going for some Blink Stalkers. Very nice game all around. If you're interested in checking that out, that other one, do make sure you go visit us on our YouTube page. And if you're seeing this somewhere else, well, go to our YouTube page. Hey, what the hell? No, I'm kidding. So we do see White Raw starting out pretty standard here, getting his gateway out a little bit early. Not super early though. Just he's getting it at 11 as opposed to sometimes you will see players get it out at 13, because with that extra, couple of probes you can get out, it actually lets you get your cybernetics core just a little bit faster and get your stalker out a little bit faster as well. Or at least it was true a while ago. I have not played Protoss in quite a while, so I'm not sure if that still holds true or not. So looking back at CauthonLuck's base, he's getting a barracks and a refinery at about the same time. We are most likely going to see the CauthonLuck build out of him once again. So if you are unfamiliar on what that is, let me educate you. That is where he gets out a single Marine from his barracks to help chase out the scouting probe and keep his base pretty much clean. He will add a tech lab, get 2 Marauders, and a Reaper while upgrading concussive shells. When concussive shells is done, he will move out to his opponent's entranceway, and he will use the 1 Marine and 2 Marauders to pressure. Normally, you have to move up the ramp and take a lot of shots from Stalkers in the process, but what he'll do is he'll come up with the Reaper from behind, jump up the cliff to give him vision up the cliff, and then the Marauders are able to shoot up and harass the Zealot and the Stalkers. I really like the response here by White Raw, where Cauthon has done this to him a couple of times now. So what does he do? He puts a pylon here, so he will be able to see the Reaper coming in to jump up and give him vision. So possibly he'll be able to focus it down with the Stalkers. I do like that response. It's a creative response, and it should be somewhat effective, though the CauthonLuck opening is mostly just to put pressure on your opponent, as he will usually use that to leverage out a relatively quick expansion. He's not usually looking to win with it, but if his opponent does just completely mess up, he'll be able to rally Marauders in and do quite a lot of damage and possibly win with it. So it's a high pressure opening that will allow him to get something he wants, aka a quick expansion. And every once in a while it will work out for him and wind up ending the game quickly. So it's a pretty solid opening here. It's generally what players like to do is figure out an opening that lets them get a quick expansion safely. See, he's figured out this build where there's this timing where not only can I expand, I can be aggressive at the same time, and that's such a great deal. But White Raw here, oh no, he doesn't have any Stalkers. His Cybernetics core was a little bit late, so now he has to buy as much time as he can with these Zealots, which do, of course, get kited by Marauders quite effectively if he does have his control down. The difference is with the 3 Zealots, once the Stalker does pop out, he will be able to force these Marauders off, just because he will be so busy shooting the Zealots that he will not be able to focus down the Stalker, most likely. But look at this Reaper, using that great bonus damage against light to help the Marauders take out that Zealot. Oh, but he jumps down and excuse me, right into the Zealot, so the Zealot turns and fires, taking out the Reaper quite quickly, so that is going to force CauthonLuck out. As soon as that Reaper dies, you don't have vision up the cliff anymore, and you're not going to be able to get an edge over those Stalkers, so that is when he is forced to back up. If you look, his expansion is pretty much up and running. CauthonLuck turns around and starts making a bunker. It does look like it should finish in time, and he does, if you look back, he's up to 4 barracks now as well. So this is a very, very solid opening for CauthonLuck. Lets him get his economy up and running very quickly, and it's relatively safe. So I'm really liking this, because even if your opponent was going to go for some really aggressive pressure early using Zealots, that quick concussive shells with the Marauders lets you kite the Zealots around and most likely be able to defend it. So all around it seems like a very safe opening, and that's why it's becoming very popular at the moment, I have to say. Right now, as a Protast player, if you are coming up into the higher level of play, you should be practicing against this sort of opening, because pretty much all the Terrans that I've seen recently have been using this. QXC, Druby, CauthonLuck. I think I saw Elsie Gamer do it, but I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of really good Terrans just opening versus this with Protoss. I saw Stalife do it last night in a tournament as well. So it's really getting around, it's getting popular. Right here is the point where CauthonLuck's going Marines, 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 getting Stimpak and Combat Shields. Because early on, Marines are able to perform very effectively before the Protoss player gets too much Storm and too much Colossi out. It does look like White Ra has sneakily quick teched to Templar Archives and is going to get Storm out. This could be a bit dangerous for Cauthon, but as long as he keeps up his unit production, he's going to be able to transition out of these Marines into more Marauders. I think he will be alright. Ghost Academy on the way for CauthonLuck, which is a bit of a deviation from last game, but it's going to help him out a lot against these High Templar. If he can get some EMPs off, or sniper shots on the High Templar, though it does take 2 sniper shots to kill a Templar, I do believe. But if you can sort of shotgun the sniper attack just by hitting R-click, 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 and it can power units down pretty quickly. A nice scan, gonna go up there and harass that pylon. White Ra, he did scan the Templar, which is going to help him out quite a lot. He now knows that White Ra has that really quick tech, and he's got to be a little bit wary of these storms now. Look how far he's away from the cliff. He does not want to come close to the cliff line and give his opponent an easy storm onto his units. So very smart positioning by CauthonLuck here on Lost Temple, being aware of those cliffs and being aware of his own positioning in his enemy's choke point. Very, very helpful to him. We can see now that he's added a bunch of tech labs now, like I said, because those storms are going to make him switch to mostly Marauders with some Ghost backing them up and Marines mixed in. Marines do really good DPS, but they're squishy. So recently there have been trends of some pure Marine builds out of Terrans versus Protoss, but you just have to be very, very careful against Storm and Colossus. Once you do see your opponent is making Storm and or Colossus, adding Marauders into the mix just helps out quite a bit so the Marauders can soak damage, while the Marines are able to just do their very, very high damage per second. CauthonLuck expanding up to 12 o'clock, taking his third base a little bit quicker. This is going to be rather helpful. If we look at his engineering bay, he has the level 1 infantry weapons upgrade, is working on the armor. So CauthonLuck's in really good position here, and waiting to see if he plans on just camping out the natural choke point here, or if he's going to be aggressive. Oh, and he's going to have to be careful because this robotics facility is finished. There's a warp prism on the way, so it looks like White Ra might be looking for some sneaky warp-ins. He does have a Twilight Council, might be going for blink and or charge, or possibly both. We will have to see. Oh no, he catches one of the Templar out of position. He stims forward with 2 Marauders, takes it out very, very quickly. Looking back at CauthonLuck's base, I'm surprised that he does not have a factory done yet. He's working on one at the moment, so he's going to be working on getting some medevacs out onto the field and be able to heal up his bio ball. They all around looking for a really solid unit composition of Marines and Marauders with some Ghost backup and medevacs to heal them. It's very, very strong. I do like the fact that White Ra is getting a forge this time and starting to work on the ground upgrades.